It had not been too long since the serpent had tricked Adam and Eve into eating the forbidden fruit. Even in a land of such bliss, man could not help but use his free will to sin. The Lord knew what they had done and banished them from the Garden of Eden. Here it seemed as if the worst had passed, as if any future trouble would be minor and insignificant in comparison. A graver error could not have been made. Soon, Adam and Eve had 2 sons, Cain, the elder, and then Abel, the younger. It is the tale of these 2 brothers that we shall follow today.
Here I am. I made it. I'm ready.
Cain, what took you so long?
I just had to finish.
You're just in time. Are you ready?
Didn't I just say that? Well, yeah. I brought my...
I was just asking.
That's all you do anyway.
Cain, this is serious.
Sorry, Mother.
What you're about to do is incredibly important. You're about to offer the Lord your sacrifices. Now, are you 2 ready?
Of course I am. I'm certain that the Lord will smile on whatever I have to offer.
And you, Abel?
Well, I've done my best. And now, it'll be up to the Lord to decide whether it will be good enough or not.
Don't worry. I'm sure that he'll be pleased.
What do we have to do anyway?
You know that hill nearby where you 2 used to climb when you were younger? Bring your sacrifices up there and make your prayers before the Lord. He will take care of the rest.
Come, Abel. We shouldn't keep the Lord waiting.
Let's go.
As the 2 brothers trekked up the hill, both thought about their sacrifices and how the Lord would receive them. Abel, the younger, and a herdsman by profession, was concerned about his worthiness.
Is it even enough? Will the Lord be pleased with what I'm about to give? I must be calm. I must have faith.
Meanwhile, Cain, the elder, and the farmer by comparison, was confident of his success.
Surely, the Lord will smile on me more than Abel. How can he not? How can he do otherwise?
They got closer and closer until finally they reached the top and were there in the presence of the Lord their God. Then they prepared their sacrifices and began to make their prayers.
Accept my humble sacrifice. It is the finest I have to offer, the firstlings of my flock, the fat thereof. And I offer it all to you, Almighty and Sovereign God.
Lord, here's the fruit of the ground, the results of my toils and labors and struggles. Accept it, for I have troubled myself to bring it before you.
Looking upon Abel's, the Lord had respect unto him and his sacrifice, and he was pleased by the offering of Abel. Then he turned to Cain and his sacrifice, and had no respect for this. Cain was aghast.
Mother! Mother!
Are you 2 done? Abel, how was it? How did the Lord receive your sacrifice?
He had respect unto me and my sacrifice. The Lord was pleased.
I knew it!
The Lord has smiled upon you, my son. This deserves a celebration. Cain, Abel, go forth and finish your labor for the day. Afterwards, we shall rejoice.
Yes, Mother. Come on, Cain. Let's finish the day's work.
Let's.
As the two of them returned to the fields to finish the day's labors, Cain found no peace. He felt a fury, a wrath burned in him. He was the older brother, he thought to himself. How could God reject him?
This is impossible. This cannot be. This cannot be. How could this happen to me? Did I err in my efforts? How could the Lord reject my labor and smile upon Abel's? Abel's? That boy has always been the object of favor and success. What has he done that I have not?
Then the dreaded thought was born, the dastardly idea. Cain let it stir within him until,
Lord, you will favor Abel no longer. Tonight ends the age of Abel.
and Cain went to his brother, and with a rock in his hand, slew him. He had no mercy, no thought for pain or consequence. All he knew was fury. All he knew was rage and vengeance. He struck again and again and again until the life was torn from Abel. Abel, his brother, was no more. Of course, God knew what Cain had done and later confronted him.
Why are you alone? Where's your brother, Abel? Abel? How should I know? Am I my brother's keeper? What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries onto me from the ground. Now, be gone and be cursed.
Abel was a man who was driven by the desire to serve God no matter what. On the other hand, Cain allowed himself to be driven by anger and bitterness. As we close this story, ponder this. Will you be a Cain or will you be an Abel?